everyone, I'm Victoria. I'm the social media contributor at Core, and today we're with Brendon, the BD contributor at Core, and we're continuing with our series of Meet the Contributors. So, hi Brendon, could you tell us a little bit about yourself and your Web3 background?
Sure. First of all, hey everyone, excited to explain more and talk about Core. So yeah, a bit about myself. I've been in tech over coming up on about 15 years or so. Started a couple of companies. The last one was in the mobile space, so deep experience in tech. And yeah, I've been in crypto for quite some time. It was just a personal passion for many years. And then after leaving the last company that I founded and sold, I got into Web3 a lot more and kind of opened up a lot of use cases with Ethereum launching. And yeah, was tinkering and looking to start a new company in the space, and ended up being attracted to Core and the potential here. So now I'm a contributor at Core, but that's a bit about myself, on the professional side.
Okay, and what do you contribute to in Core?
The team of contributors initially, it's a bit of everything. Frankly, I've contributed in all areas, but a lot of the focus right now is on business development. So we're trying to grow the Core ecosystem. You'll notice a lot, I don't know when this video will post necessarily, but a lot of recent announcements with key infrastructure partners, which the contributors have brought on, and now focused on more projects and dApps coming on Core. So we're looking for DeFi products, game products, NFT projects, etc. A lot of those will be coming. So that's kind of the Core focus and where I try and contribute. And then also with the Core Ventures or Eco Fund, we are building out a network of partners to help great builders get access to VC funding to come build on Core, folks that maybe need more than a typical grant. So that's a big focus as well, on top of a variety of other things. So there's never a shortage of areas to contribute to here.
Yeah. How do you approach challenges and problem solving within the dynamic environment of Core DAO?
On a personal level, I think the team, including myself, has been in startups for quite some time. A lot of the contributors have kind of had roles in tech and built companies and done a few things. So first of all, the team is really skilled. There's also some folks that have been in crypto for quite some time, like well over 10 years. So I think there's a lot of problems, but the contributors have a lot of experience in problem solving and with these challenges, which is awesome. It's great to be in an environment like that. So folks kind of know and have seen these things before. So it makes that a bit easier. But I think the approach generally is we're starting with kind of like a greater mission or area of focus. So one thing that, and this is just me, what I find helpful, but might be helpful for a lot of contributors, even the mods or the community in Discord, is, there's a lot of focus with Core to kind of become the most Bitcoin aligned chain and provide Bitcoin products and really kind of double down on this great Bitcoin powered story that we have. So a lot of the problems we can kind of point to there and look at that as kind of like a guiding lens of, is it the right thing to do, or how should we tackle a certain problem, right? So we want to get mass adoption and get folks all around the world using Core because it's like, it's the best consensus, it's cheap, it's easy. We already have a lot of people everywhere, and we're built on top of the best consensus, which is Bitcoin. So yeah, I think that's helps summarize things.
Okay. And in what ways do you believe Core DAO is pushing the boundaries of innovation in the blockchain space?
Well, I think Bitcoin's hot right now, but Core contributors have been working on Core for years, right? With this vision of building on top of Bitcoin and bringing EVM composability on top of Bitcoin's consensus. And I think that there are other folks starting to realize that is an interesting opportunity, just with the Bitcoin happening, et cetera. But Core really pushed the boundaries because it was, first to do anything of this kind with the Satoshi Plus consensus. It's a quite amazing and novel invention where you can, again, get all the value of EVM smart contracts and all this amazing stuff and products that come from an EVM chain, but secured and built on top of Bitcoin. And that's quite incredible. So I think that's very innovative and new. And then secondly, the community, the way the community has been built, the size of the community, like bringing net new people into Web3 is pretty exciting and like opening up those possibilities for people. So I think Core is breaking the boundaries there in terms terms of finding ways to bring a lot of new people into this industry and into products that hopefully will help and solve a lot of people's problems. So that's quite amazing.
Could you describe the collaborative culture at Core DAO and how it contributes to the project's success?
This one, again, I'll try and be a bit shorter with this answer, but I mean, it's a team of contributors all over the world, right? You and I are in a totally different time zone right now. Folks are contributing how and when they can in multiple areas of the world. So with that, it's challenging sometimes, right? Core really knows where it's going, and thus it makes it a bit easier for the contributors, but it's tough sometimes to fully collaborate when you're in a bunch of different time zones. But I've found that it's been because the team is so collaborative and has some great tools to work together and contribute together on things. It's been very smooth, and it's quite amazing when you take a step back that there are people all over the world contributing to this great project in different ways, and it's really starting to pick up steam and move forward. So that's pretty amazing to see.
That's true. And what do you think sets Core DAO apart from other projects in the blockchain ecosystem?
I mean, it's the community, no doubt. I mean, I'll be hammering the same points, but the community is amazing. You know, you look at the Twitter, the engagement. Again, folks have come into Core as, you know, that first kind of step into Web3. They're not coming through Ethereum and then bridging and then, you know, going to some other L2 where, you know, initially they originated from Ethereum. It's like Core is the first chain and the first product using. So it's kind of like their ecosystem, and due to the airdrop, they own a good portion of it, right? Which was pretty amazing, which I should have mentioned actually in the innovation piece. But like the fact that Core had not raised money and did a large community drop and included people from day one, like no one has ever really done that. And yeah, so I think it's different in that you've got community members that are here as the first chain. They own a piece of it, and they're hopefully going to reap the rewards of its success. Like that's really exciting, and I think just getting started, right? We want to obviously Core wants to grow that community, and then of course like the Bitcoin consensus, like building the Satoshi Plus consensus built on Bitcoin, providing EVM composability. That's really powerful. I think that's a very sound idea and different than a lot of other chains and mechanisms. And I think that's really exciting.
Okay. And something about you. So how do you stay updated and informed about the latest trends in blockchain, and how does this knowledge influence your work at Core?
For sure. I wish I had a better answer, but like Twitter, you gotta stay up to date now. But yeah, I have to have a timer on Twitter now in my spare time, because I'm just constantly curious as to what's happening and what's going on and what announcements are being made, what's the newest tech. So I actually have to have a limit to block how much time I spend. But that's one way, but that's not really representative sometimes of like everything happening in Web3. So you got to be careful. I've got some newsletters, and then we're talking to folks every day. We're talking to like the best builders in the space. We have great partners with like Layer Zero, Pith, DappRadar, Anchor, you know, some great folks that we get to like in a lucky position to ask them questions and see what are some of the cool trends that they're seeing. So that's the other way too. We're just talking, and we're talking to teams to come build on Core. So we're kind of getting exposed to the best ideas and the best people every day, which is pretty amazing. It's a lot of fun.
Okay, and looking into the future, what exciting developments can the community expect from Core DAO, and how can they get involved?
So there's a bunch here. So first is the ambassador program. I think there was an AMA there really trying to help build regional communities, right? So that it's easier to spread the message and share Core to people in regions that may speak other languages or have different, you know, ways of communicating. So I think that's really exciting. Core is looking for ambassadors to basically become, you know, contributors and help spread the message and marketing content in different regions. I think you can apply on the website. So that's fun. And I think we're going to see that really take off very soon, frankly, probably in a couple of weeks or Q1 that'll start going. So very excited for that. And that's a way to get involved. The other big pieces, you know, these exciting pieces around Bitcoin utility, right? So bringing Bitcoin staking to the Core blockchain and providing a yield for folks with Bitcoin. If you look around the DeFi landscape, a lot of folks love and respect Bitcoin. There's just not a lot you can do with your Bitcoin. It's very hard to get yield. You know, the yields are so low that with the risk involved, a lot of folks aren't really willing to do that. So we are going to be, I know more news will be shared, and I know Rich has alluded to this on a few podcasts, but very excited about bringing utility to Bitcoin such as Bitcoin staking and real yield, because I think that's going to unlock a lot of opportunity. And again, ties us closer to this, that we're built on top of Bitcoin. And bringing a Bitcoin derivative, like an actual Bitcoin asset on Core, I think is going to be very exciting as well. So those are some things that I'm looking forward to. And then the last piece is the contributors in Core spent a lot of time getting ready for builders to come build on Core. A lot of hard work in terms of, the chain's in a good place, getting the RPC infrastructure, great bridging with Layer 0, oracles like Pyth and Switchboard. There's an account abstraction. I'm not going to say who yet because I think that's coming soon, but a lot of these tools you need to build great products are now live on Core. So I'm really excited about all these new projects coming because now they're unlocked and ready to launch great projects on Core. So those are again, DeFi projects, great games, in discussions with a lot of teams that are planning to come and launch on the chain early next year. So that's super exciting. I think there's going to be a lot of great things for the community to play around with and do. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, okay. Thank you for these answers. And in the end, I wanted to ask you for your Twitter so the Cortoshis can keep up with any tweets you make, any announcements, anything.
For sure. Follow me at Brendon Sedo, just first name, last name.
Okay, thanks so much. I hope they will follow you for any news from your side. And from me, that's it for today. Thank you so much for taking the time to make this Meet the Contributors interview. And I think Cortoshis will be very excited to meet yet another contributor, So yeah, thanks again a lot.
Exciting. Thanks, Victoria.